Against the backdrop of a constantly changing landscape of food shortages, rising prices, and impending supply chain disruptions, our mission remains unchanged: to inform you and prepare for what lies ahead. Today, we will closely examine 8 products in supermarkets that may become incredibly scarce this upcoming fall and winter. Without unnecessary words, only important information. First, coffee beans. The threat of coffee shortages is becoming increasingly real, rooted in extreme weather conditions caused by climate change and a lack of workforce. These factors negatively affect the regions where coffee is grown, impacting the entire production cycle. Your local cafe may still have supplies, but the price of morning coffee is expected to rise as stocks dwindle. What to do if coffee is your daily habit? Perhaps it's worth considering stocking up on green coffee beans, which have a longer shelf life. Invest in a good coffee grinder, and you can enjoy a fresh cup even when coffee becomes scarce. Don't forget to consider other sources of caffeine, like tea, which can be a substitute for coffee. The message is clear. In times of coffee shortage, securing your supplies is a wise move. Start stocking up on grains and prepare for rising prices on your next coffee. Secondly, canned tomatoes. These humble cans are the basis for many recipes, from hearty pasta sauces to cozy stews. However, here's the thing. They may become less accessible in the coming months. The fact is that the canning factories responsible for preserving these precious tomatoes have faced labor shortages and production difficulties. The lack of workers has become a constant problem, as employees at these factories sometimes cannot cope with the increased demand. This leads to fewer cans on store shelves. If that isn't enough, extreme weather conditions have also affected tomato harvests. Floods, droughts, and unusual temperatures have reduced the yield. Fewer harvested tomatoes mean fewer cans. What can you do to keep your favorite pasta sauce from losing its vibrant flavor and to ensure the stew remains rich and aromatic? It's time to stock up on these jars. They could become a hot commodity this autumn and winter. Buy a few extra, clear some space in the pantry, and hide them away. They have a long shelf life and can become your secret weapon in the kitchen when supplies start to run low. The third is ground beef. Imagine that failures in the meat processing industry are exacerbated by the ongoing labor crisis. These factors create a situation that may lead to shortages. What does this mean for you? Prepare for both shortages and the inevitable rise in prices. Ground beef is a versatile product that is perfect for making everything from delicious meatballs to hearty tacos. But the factors that affect its availability, from labor shortages to supply chain disruptions, these factors are turning some products into true rarities. The demand you observe is not going anywhere, as consumers increasingly turn to home cooking. Ground beef is a great choice for many, whether it's a Sunday evening with pasta or juicy grilled burgers. It remains a favorite. In fourth place is pasta. The road to securing your favorite types of pasta may not be as smooth as it once was. The established factors disrupted the supply chain of pasta, which could lead to shortages and rising prices. Unpredictable weather conditions, from prolonged droughts to excessive rains, complicated wheat production, the main ingredient for pasta. These extreme conditions severely impacted the wheat crop, affecting the availability of quality wheat for pasta production. In addition to the weather challenges, global demand for pasta has increased. In difficult times, non-perishable and versatile products like pasta become staple choices for households as more people fill their pantries. The demand for pasta has surged. Supply chain difficulties for pasta, starting from wheat milling to packaging, have been disrupted. Labor shortages, transportation delays, and bottlenecks in distribution are all creating problems for pasta manufacturers. To prepare for a possible shortage, it is wise to stock up on favorite shapes and types of pasta. Choose varieties with a longer shelf life, such as durum wheat pasta, which retains its quality better over time. Additionally, consider diversifying your pasta alternatives by adding products like rice or couscous. In fifth place are canned soups. With the arrival of winter, the appeal of warm, nourishing soup is undeniable. However, with a drop in temperature, the shelves with canned soups may not be as well stocked as we are used to. There are 2 reasons for this. Production delays have negatively affected the output of canned soups. Labor shortages and supply chain disruptions caused failures in the process, leading to decreased production volumes. Supply chain issues, familiar to us from the current situation with food shortages, play a significant role. Delays in transportation, whether by land, rail, or sea, can affect the timely delivery of these canned goods to your local store. Why should you pay attention to this shortage? Canned soups are not only comfort food, but often a quick and convenient option for dinner, especially in the cold months when days grow shorter and the weather becomes harsher. You will need these comforting cans on hand. The solution is readiness. Now is the time to ensure your pantry is well stocked for those cold evenings when canned soups run low. You will be grateful for your foresight. As we face these challenges together, remember that adaptability and preparedness are your allies. Stay vigilant, keep informed, and ensure you have everything necessary to survive the upcoming hardships. Rice is in sixth place. While weather conditions certainly play a role, there are other factors as well. Fluctuations in rice production may also be linked to changing dietary habits and trade disruptions. Firstly, changing food preferences affect demand. In some regions, there is a shift towards alternative grains and protein products. This change in demand may affect the rice market, which in turn could lead to surpluses in some areas and shortages in others. Secondly, trade disruptions shake the rice industry. Export restrictions from rice-producing countries are aimed at ensuring domestic supplies, but may unintentionally disrupt global rice markets. These restrictions limit the flow of rice across borders, affecting its availability worldwide. Thirdly, the shortage of labor in agriculture has intensified due to economic uncertainty, including migration processes. This lack of workers for rice fields has affected the harvest and production rates. Considering these multifaceted factors, it becomes clear that the rice shortage is not solely due to weather conditions. A combination of changing dietary preferences, trade restrictions, and labor shortages adds complexity to the rice supply chain. All these dynamics emphasize the importance of rice reserves while they are still available and economically viable. Now about flour. In recent years, the rise of home baking, accelerated in tough times, has put significant pressure on mills. The pandemic forced people back to the kitchen, kneading dough and baking homemade bread. As a result, the demand for flour, a key ingredient for most baking, reached unprecedented levels. Typically operating like well-tuned machines, the mills suddenly found themselves forced to work around the clock to meet this new demand. Despite all efforts, the rise of home baking combined with ongoing supply chain disruptions has created tension in the flour production industry. This tension raises concerns as it may lead to a flour shortage in the coming months. Therefore, if you are passionate about baking, now is the time to think about stocking up on this essential ingredient. It's not just about satisfying your culinary desires, but also preparing for potential difficulties ahead. In your supplies, alongside canned goods and medical supplies, a bag or two of flour can become a valuable commodity. The ability to bake bread, pastries, and other essential products from scratch can provide both comfort and nutrition when other options are limited. When you browse the supermarket shelves or plan your supplies, don't forget about flour. Its versatility and role in many recipes make it a valuable addition to your preparations.